Today, we're diving into a deeply intriguing and concerning topic: how corporate scandals get swept under the rug. From financial fraud to environmental disasters and unethical labor practices, corporate scandals have a way of shaking public trust and disrupting markets. Yet, surprisingly, many of these scandals remain hidden or unaddressed for years. We'll explore why this happens, the mechanisms behind the cover-ups, and what it takes for such scandals to finally come to light. So, let's get started. The anatomy of a corporate scandal. First, let's define what we mean by a corporate scandal. A corporate scandal involves unethical, illegal, or socially irresponsible actions by a company or its employees. These actions can range from financial fraud, environmental violations, and labor exploitation to sexual harassment and beyond. The key element here is that these actions are usually hidden from the public, and, when revealed, can lead to severe consequences for the company and its stakeholders. Case studies. From Wirecard to the Catholic Church, corporate scandals can occur in various forms, affecting different sectors and communities. Two striking examples that highlight the mechanisms of such cover-ups are the collapse of Wirecard and the decades-long sexual abuse scandal within the U.S. Catholic Church. Wirecard, the financial mirage. Wirecard, once a German fintech superstar, collapsed in 2020 after it was revealed that $1.9 billion was missing from its accounts. The company's rise and fall underscore how systemic corruption and complicity can allow massive fraud to go undetected for years. Despite early warnings and investigative journalism, notably by the Financial Times, German regulators and financial institutions continued to support Wirecard. This support was bolstered by a combination of national pride, economic interests, and a reluctance to scrutinize a high-flying tech company too closely. Even when discrepancies became apparent, regulators initially targeted the journalists exposing the fraud rather than the company itself, the Catholic Church, an institutional cover-up. Similarly, the sexual abuse scandal within the U.S. Catholic Church reveals how deeply ingrained power structures can suppress justice. Over decades, hundreds of priests abused thousands of children, with church authorities systematically covering up these crimes. Researchers Alessandro Piazza and Julien Jourdan identified several factors that contributed to the cover-up. Communities with higher proportions of Catholics and strong social networks were less likely to expose abuse. The fear of damaging the church's reputation and the social cost of speaking out silenced many victims and witnesses. The church's embeddedness in these communities created a protective barrier that enabled the abuse to continue unchecked. Factors that keep scandals hidden. According to professors Alessandro Piazza and Julien Jourdan, there are several key factors that determine whether a scandal gets exposed or remains hidden. Their research, focusing on the U.S. Catholic Church, identified three main trends. 1. Demographic homogeneity. The more demographically homogeneous a community, the less likely it is to denounce a scandal. This can be due to shared social norms and values that discourage whistleblowing. 2. Community embeddedness. In communities where the offending organization is deeply embedded, such as the Catholic Church in certain areas, there is a higher likelihood of cover-ups. People may feel a strong loyalty to the organization and fear the repercussions of exposing wrongdoing. 3. Social connectedness. Greater social connectedness can actually increase the likelihood of exposure. In tightly knit communities, information spreads more quickly, and there may be more collective action to address the wrongdoing. The social cost of speaking up. One of the most significant barriers to exposing corporate scandals is the social cost of speaking up. Whistleblowers often face ostracism, retaliation, and even career jeopardy. The fear of these repercussions can silence those who witness wrongdoing. This is not just a theoretical concept. It's a reality faced by many individuals in various industries. For example, in the financial sector, individuals who blow the whistle on fraud or unethical practices often find themselves blacklisted. Similarly, in tightly knit corporate cultures, speaking up against a superior or a popular colleague can lead to severe social and professional isolation. The role of regulators and media regulatory bodies and the media play a crucial role in exposing and addressing corporate scandals. However, their effectiveness can be hampered by various factors. Regulatory capture, where regulators are influenced or controlled by the industries they are supposed to regulate, can lead to leniency and inaction. This was evident in the Wirecard case, where German regulators initially investigated the journalist who uncovered the fraud rather than the company itself. The media, on the other hand, can be a powerful force for accountability. Investigative journalism has been instrumental in bringing many corporate scandals to light. The case of Crispin Odey, a celebrated hedge fund manager in London who abused women for decades, was finally exposed by a thorough investigative report by the Financial Times. Lessons for business leaders. For business leaders who genuinely want to avoid scandals and address issues swiftly, there are several key takeaways from this discussion. 1. Promote workforce diversity. A diverse workforce can help prevent groupthink and encourage different perspectives, making it more likely that unethical practices will be noticed and addressed. 2. Encourage a speak-up culture. Creating an environment where employees feel safe to voice concerns without fear of retaliation is crucial. This involves having robust whistleblower protections and clear channels for reporting issues. 3. Regular audits and oversight. Regular internal and external audits can help detect and address issues before they escalate. Transparent governance and accountability structures are essential in this regard. The impact of scandals on communities. Corporate scandals don't just affect the companies involved, they can have far-reaching impacts on communities. When a company is a major employer in a region, any scandal can jeopardize the livelihoods of many people. This creates a complex dynamic where community members might be reluctant to expose wrongdoing for fear of economic repercussions. A poignant example of this is the case of a couple in Parkersburg, West Virginia, who sued DuPont over chemical pollution. They face significant backlash from their community, highlighting the social and economic pressures that can stifle whistleblowing. Looking forward, preventing future scandals. To prevent future scandals, it's important to understand that they are not just isolated incidents, but symptoms of broader systemic issues. Addressing these issues requires a multifaceted approach. 1. Stronger regulatory frameworks. Governments need to enforce stricter regulations and ensure that regulatory bodies are free from industry influence. 2. Corporate governance. Companies need to adopt robust governance practices that promote transparency and accountability. 3. Public awareness. Educating the public about their rights and the importance of ethical business practices can empower more people to speak up against wrongdoing. 4. Support for whistleblowers. Providing legal and financial support to whistleblowers can mitigate the risks they face and encourage more individuals to come forward. Thank you for watching. If you found this video informative, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more insightful content. Leave your thoughts and comments below. Let's discuss how we can contribute to a more ethical and transparent business world.